This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Dunkin' Donuts, from the great state of obesity, King 3D.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the John Show. I'm John.
This is Ann. I really wish.
What a great way to start off this show.
Yeah, this is John's decision. I really wish we had Scott Steiner
love
here to introduce us or something, because he's a phenomenal ring announcer, and he would just him alone would gain us.
Oh, what
at
a way to
least
start the morning. Oh, I love
1,000
it.
subscribers.
Thank you, Scott Steiner, for
Yes, God bless you, Scott.
for hailing from Dunkin' Donuts.
No, it got me. It was a
my
great
God.
state of obesity. It was awesome. And that's only a sample, because he has another, quite a few doozies there.
Oh, we'll add them during the week somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But oh boy, what a great way to start the morning. Ant-Man, how was your weekend?
My weekend was alright. It was interesting. Actually, a very strange thing happened was I went to Cups with a friend, and this lady, apparently she was European, she asked me if I was Indian. And I don't know where that came from, because I'm not that dark. Really, I'm not. I mean, come on.
Didn't know you were Indian,
No,
Ant-Man.
I'm not Indian. I don't look Indian. Not even when I get a
Did not
tan.
know you were Indian there, Ant-Man.
Oh boy. No, I'm not Indian.
Did you enjoy your ice cream?
I did enjoy my ice
That was
cream.
good. That's good. But
Cups
you're
was
still
awesome.
called Indian, so I'm gonna call you Indian Ant-Man now.
No. No. It was very odd. That's the
okay.
first time, I have been asked Asian before. I have been asked Italian, all these things, but Indian, I don't know where that came from. And it's weird, because I don't even have a tan right now, but alright, you know what, enough about me. I don't know how that got out there, but okay.
Well, I asked you how your weekend was.
Yeah.
You fool. So, Indian Ant-Man. Ant-Man John. Damn, man.
So, SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown also happened on Friday.
Yes.
I wish Scott Steiner was there to announce it. So
I wish Scott Steiner needs to have a contract where he can be in every wrestling promotion as a ring announcer.
So
I think he'd be phenomenal.
I think so. I think so.
Botching entrances and mispronouncing names.
Oh, I like the one with Canada though.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of blocking the Mexicans from the border, block the Canadians from the border. Come on, we like the Canadians, don't we?
Yeah,
I like Canada.
Yeah.
I like Canada.
I've been up there. It's a
Somewhere I
nice
wanna
place.
go to.
It's very nice up there.
So let's start off with SmackDown in Oklahoma City with announcers Josh Matthews, Michael Cole, and Jerry Lawler.
Well, in Oklahoma City, you know what this means.
Uh-oh.
JR's going to make an appearance.
Yes, of course.
And get bullied around.
Bullied. Bully Ray.
Bully Ray. What? Alright. Okay, so, the first thing we know about the SmackDown is it's the live social media SmackDown.
Yes. Somehow, someway,
Okay.
they're live.
Well, actually, something very interesting was brought to my attention. As I was watching SmackDown, Rob sent me a message. I think you got it too. That it appears that the wrestling matches going on were obviously taped. Everything about it was taped.
Yep.
But the social media and the announcers were live. Here's what I'm saying.
That's weird.
What Rob noticed was that in one of the wrestling matches, he caught a glance at, I believe it was either Michael Cole or Jerry Lawler, and one of them was talking. You could hear him talking, but when you looked at them, they weren't.
Wow.
So, just a really good observation by Rob. That's definitely interesting.
Was it one of those like Japanese shows when the mouths are talking?
No. Well, maybe. But I mean, it makes sense though, because they have to have the announcers be somewhat interactive with the live new social media stuff that's going on. So, I guess that's one creative way to do it.
Then how about not show the announcers?
Well, no, again, it's just gonna happen. I mean,
don't show the announcers. It's pretty much it.
if that's
So our first before the first match, Damien Sandow has something to say.
Yes.
Oh boy.
As always. And it's always very important to listen to what he has to say.
Yes, it is. Damien Sandow says that world champion is accompanied to the ring by a man who is outdated in a tuxedo and carries a spit bucket.
A spit bucket, yes.
What? Where does that come from?
Well, he's right. What's with that bucket now?
Oh yeah, that is oh, okay, he's talking about Del Rio.
You know, the bucket that Del Rio, you know, Big Show was holding right next to his head, and Del Rio had a botch.
Correct. He also says Alberto fits right in the rest of America. Poor grammar, lackluster word choices, and sentences structure that is absolute abhorrent or aberrant or. He demands silence.
Abhorrent. That's the word. Abhorrent. He's right. I mean, come on. Think about. You know, it's tough to find a friend who speaks proper English these days. No, I'm not. That's not a jab
Get
at you.
off my show.
That's not a jab at you. It's just, you know, I walk out every day, and a lot of times, you know, Damien Sandow would be ashamed.
He would be ashamed. Well, remember, I went to Cliffside Park High School, so.
Well,
I got my education there.
Yeah. Well, so did I. And now, okay. Well, now everyone knows where we went to high school. Now they think we're idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to make up for that, you know, I went to college. So. Well, anyway.
Good for you.
So, yeah, again, just a very observant promo by Damien Sandow.
But here's what I don't get. Damien is accompanied by his superior intellect,
and
his timeless good looks, and his jealous gaze of unwashed masses. What?
That's just who he is.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
I mean, if he should be accompanied by a manager.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make it. If he wants to be like that, might as well have a manager with you.
Right. Right.
You know.
No, but I like that he does it himself.
I know, I understand
because
that. I understand what he's doing.
He is good enough to do it. Like I was saying, of course, you know, it's one of those over the top type of gimmicks.
It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah,
I do like it. I like it.
And he fits the character. I mean, he does it well. It's not like.
Of course he does.
It's not like how can I put it? Where you get someone like, let's say, when we first saw Brodus Clay in the Funkasaurus gimmick. You know,
yeah, right.
He didn't fit in. Now, you know, it's been around long enough to the point where we could, you know, it's acceptable now. But when it first came out, you're like, this guy was a monster before, and now he's dancing around. It was dumb. But Damien Sandow, you know, he seems to fit his gimmick right now.
Oh, it works.
And he does it well.
He also tells Alberto that he's welcome. Alberto Del Rio says that if Damien wants to talk about unwashed, Alberto says.
Oh yeah,
Damien needs to wash his mouth because it smells like
caca. That's how he says. Because it smells like caca. That's exactly how he said it. You need to wash your mouth because it smells like caca. And I can't tell if that got a real good promo, like a big pop or not, because you know we all know SmackDown edits the crowds.
But it smells like poo poo. You could have said poo poo.
I don't know.
Or poopy.
Goodness.
Way to start the night, Alberto.
A very interesting way to start SmackDown.
You do a nice Alberto Del Rio.
Well, it's just the typical Hispanic English accent.
Do it again. It was kind of sexy. I like it.
What?
I
That's
like it.
one way to describe it.
I like it. Oh wow, it's actually pretty good Del Rio. We have Macho Madness here. We have Del Rio.
Of course, I get Del Rio. Right? I got the freaking Hispanic blood in me, and dang it. All right, whatever. Well,
I gotta do it again.
Well, I gotta the same line?
Yeah, do it again. Do it again.
Hold on, wait. Oh no, I could do the other thing that he keeps telling Jack Swagger, where he's like, you guys are descended from immigrants. Immigrants build this country. A callar perros.
You want to say what that means?
He's saying just shut up, dogs, or whatever.
Shut up, dogs.
Anytime he says,
I noticed that he has a lot of dog references.
He appears to have had a bad experience with dogs as a child.
Good experience.
Or a good experience. Who knows?
Good experience.
Who knows? But,
so our first match is Del Rio versus Sandow. And Del Rio, what'd you think of this match?
Oh my goodness. Well, again, it's funny because as I was watching this match, I was actually thinking, could Sandow eventually become a top champion in the company? And unfortunately, it hit me. I don't think so.
He's facing the World Heavyweight Champion. Of course he's going to lose.
No, of course he's going to lose. But I'm saying, like, in his future, because every now and then I do this thing where if someone, like a mid-carder, is facing a champion, a top champion, I figure, can he potentially be a main eventer at some point?
Well, you have to understand, if Jack Swagger's going for the title, that mid-carder will not beat the World Heavyweight Champion.
Of course.
Because that means, oh, this mid-carder deserves a shot now.
Right. No, but I'm saying in the future. Not necessarily right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's tough for me to think that Sandow will ever get that shot.
Oh, I know.
Unfortunately.
Give it time. His time will come. It's just not right now because they're building Swagger and...
Can you imagine his promos if he were to become a champion?
Oh, it's great. I know. His promos would be great.
It would be phenomenal. The match itself, not bad. Not bad.
I kind of figured that.
But it's something that you would figure, I could see this match on main event. And on main event, it would probably go a little longer.
Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It didn't put me to sleep.
He didn't drop that. He didn't. Del Rio didn't botch that stupid enzuigiri he does he? Did he? He didn't botch it, right? Okay.
No. It's again. It was just.
Rio.
Oh man, just bad timing. That one. I don't even want to think about it right now. That was really tough to watch.
What are your thoughts on?
Enough. I'm not gonna talk like him. I'll only recite lines. That's all.
Sorry. Del Rio obviously is your winner. Yay. Right. We get to the back and Roberto talks about how he's a leader, and Ricardo suggests that since it is social media SmackDown, they let the people do something. Alberto says that he will let the fans choose his opponent for next week's SmackDown. Yay!
Interesting. Very interesting. So Wade Barrett is going to be... Wade Barrett. Jack Swagger will be picking Del Rio's opponent next week?
I guess.
Is that the case?
I don't know. This is... I guess, though, it's the people. He will let the fans choose his opponent.
Oh, alright, I got it.
It's time to take a look back at main event from Raw, as Cena became the man who will face The Rock at WrestleMania 29.
They're really making this a big deal. Because, again, they have to get some type...
You know what that smells like? You know what it smells like?
What The Rock is cooking?
No, it smells like caca!
It smells like caca!
Caca! It smells like caca!
No, what they have to do is, now that they've made it official, they have to hype it.
You know what? I was thinking, as we're going to the WrestleMania festivities and stuff like that, what we're going to do is go up to people and ask them what they're there to see. I don't want to know how many people are here there to see Cena, or The Rock, Taker, Punk. You know, because people go for certain reasons.
Right.
You know, you have the Punk marks, you have the Undertaker marks, you have the all-around people that just like WrestleMania, which is fine and dandy.
It would be interesting to see how many people are actually looking forward to the Cena Rock match. And considering, because, you know, in terms of the comments I see on the internet, there's a lot of people who don't want to see it again.
Oh, and a lot of people they expect John Cena to be booed out of the building.
Do they really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
They expect him to
and
be
I don't understand
booed
that
out of the building.
I really don't understand that, because it's not like Cena's been hogging the title like he has in the past.
He's in Mark territory. So I understand why they kind of get he's going to be booed.
That is interesting. It's going to be... I'm really looking forward to seeing the reaction.
And a lot of people are going to be upset.
Both he and The Rock.
I know. Because The Rock's going to be the fate. He's going to be
of course
getting humongous pop.
But again, you know, you just said, this is Smart Mark Town.
Yep.
And they're not too thrilled with him either.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if we get the old school Rock back tonight.
We'll see.
See, as in...
I don't think he will.
Old school Rock.
I don't think...
Dressed up, nice button-down shirt, with the nice pants and nice shoes. You know, make The Rock look like The Rock again. Come on, Rock, it's old school Raw. Be old school.
The problem is that, and if they do that, I'll be surprised.
Oh, then he has to come back as Rocky Maivia then. That means he's got to get a wig and put on the hair. Look, and the stupid thing he wore at Survivor Series.
I hate to burst your bubble. I do. But old school Raw doesn't necessarily pertain to the superstars themselves.
Of course. That means Cena has to come back.
The only things that are going to be changing...
Can't see me.
Yeah, right. No, the thing is, these Raw things, old school basically means the setup is going to be like it used to be. You know, the ring will have the red, white, and blue ropes.
Yep. Love it.
King will have his old attire again.
Love it.
You know, where he has that nice jacket with the
we'll
crown.
We'll talk about that later, though. Let's get over with SmackDown. We'll bring up the preview for Raw later.
Mm-hmm.
We get back, and Kane is in the locker room, and Daniel Bryan gives Kane his match. And Bryan says that he is the only reason why Kane beat the Primetime Players. Kane says that it was the chokeslam, and Daniel Bryan said he talked to Booker T, and they will have another match.
Right, but this time
Daniel will have his arm tied behind his back like Kane has to be blindfolded.
Right.
Kane says he's okay with that, and Bryan is surprised that Kane would agree to it. Kane says he has two reasons. First, after he beats the Primetime Players, he will prove he is better, since he will wear the blindfold, and he won't have to look at Bryan's ugly goat face.
Yep.
This goat face is starting to get really annoying.
All right. Well, the thing is, well, it wasn't bad. You'll see why you'll see the ramifications of goat face later.
Kind of figured that, and Bryan starts chanting out. And we got to our second match, Antonio Cesaro.
This is versus The Miz. Why is he even there? Just go home.
And a 2 out of 3 falls match for the United States title.
And oddly enough, this is the match I was looking forward to.
It's
despite the fact that it has The Miz in it, I was actually looking forward to this match to see, what can Cesaro do in this amount of time.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the match was shorter than I expected, and there's a reason for that. See what happened in this match. Again, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
Miz did good enough. Cesaro, he's always great there. Well, so I was surprised that Cesaro got the first pinfall.
Okay.
Usually, it's and the fact is nobody ever sweeps in these things.
No,
it's always
absolutely not.
They always tie it, and then they have the the tiebreaker at the end. What can you do? But the fact of the matter is, it wasn't a bad match. Cesaro hit the neutralizer, and he actually got it pretty quickly, and he hit it, pinned The Miz, and then after he pins The Miz, it goes to commercial break.
Okay.
When it comes back from commercial break, Cesaro isn't up by 1 anymore. It's tied 1-1.
What?
I'm like, what just happened?
And
they show it. The Miz got a pinfall on Active, WWE Active on the app.
He should have been on the app.
I wasn't on the app. Like, come on, really? Are you kidding me?
The one time
and you know what? And you know what? It's a good thing it was on commercial break because The Miz got the pinfall by hitting the figure 4 leg lock. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Miz slap on a figure 4 leg lock. So he gets the pinfall. We have a little bit more of the match, and then eventually Cesaro wins by rolling up The Miz and holding on to the tights. So Cesaro's still your U.S. champion.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the match. Again, it didn't go as long as I thought it would, but not bad all in all.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good match.
And hopefully this feud is done.
I hope so.
I really want it to be done. I'd like Cesaro to actually go up against someone who would make the feud interesting.
Yeah, good point. We got it. Obviously, winner is Antonio Cesaro.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Take that. We got a tout from JBL, who's in Argentina. Can someone explain to me why he's in Argentina? And he gets a shot in on Michael Cole. What did he say? Do you know?
No.
You're freaking useless.
I boycott Tout, so anytime they show anything from Tout, I don't watch.
But he got it. It was on SmackDown. How did you miss it? Oh, that's right. You fell asleep.
I fell asleep. Unfortunately, I fell asleep after the Del Rio Sandown match. I had to go back and watch everything this morning, and I didn't look at JBL's Tout.
Of course you didn't.
I'm sure it was funny. He always says funny things.
Of course he does. Of course he does. Randy Orton is in his locker room, and Sheamus brings up Randy's match with the Big Show. Sheamus asks Randy if that means he is a sitting duck for the Shield. Orton says that he has to get ready for Big Show. Sheamus says that the Shield is thinking the same thing, so he will have Orton's back. Sheamus reminds Orton that he is a loner, so maybe he doesn't need his help. Orton thanks Sheamus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Orton being Orton.
Yeah, that's it.
And Sheamus being involved in everything.
Yep. Go home, Sheamus.
Yeah, yes, you know what, Sheamus? Please go home. There's one reason I'm really upset with you. And John already knows why.
I know why.
I wanted to meet Ryback.
For free.
For free. March 15th.
In
Ryback
New York?
it will be making an appearance in New York at the Toys R Us in Times Square.
Yep.
It's an awesome place. And Ryback was going to be there. I was looking forward to, getting online early, maybe getting an autograph or a picture or whatever. And then John informs me today. You see, last week I got word that Sheamus was added to the event, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, cool. So Sheamus will be there too. Then John tells me today that it's not free.
No.
That in order to get it, in order to even get a ticket to meet these two, I have to buy $30 worth of WWE merchandise.
Yep.
Meaning toys.
Yes. Which means you can buy a fake championship belt. The Velcro belt.
Yeah, I used to have one.
You can buy some action figures. Play
yeah,
with
right?
them.
Oh my god. I would actually consider getting a Kane action figure. I would, and just put it up on a shelf or something. But
it's like It's like $10.
But I mean, like,
What are you gonna buy? 3
it sucks
Kanes?
because it was gonna be free, and don't tell me that's not the case, because when I checked up on WWE's website on this event, they had nothing about you have to get a ticket or anything. It's just first come first serve thing. That's how it always is. But then as soon as appears like as soon as Sheamus was added to the event, they changed up everything.
Of course.
And they made it you have to buy this and all that stuff. It's too bad, and apparently tickets have been on sale through the $30.
Who wants to meet Sheamus anyway?
Well, no, it's not necessarily that I don't want to meet Sheamus. It's that it blows that his appearance totally altered that event.
Yep. Speaking of...
And it's not that I don't have the $30. It's just that...
Oh, I know. Don't get me wrong.
I do want to use it on
other
the
things.
WrestleMania trip.
Yes.
Other responsible things as well.
So, by the way, what hotel are you staying at, by the way, for WrestleMania?
Oh, I'm staying at my hotel. I will not mention my last name. Anthony's place.
Anthony, I heard that's a good hotel.
Inn. Anthony's Inn it's an
a good
awesome
hotel.
Place. Some nice food. Really big TV with surround sound.
It's not a bad place.
Love it.
It's not a bad place.
It's like my home.
Yeah, it is. Next weekend, since SmackDown's in Oklahoma, who makes his appearance?
Yes, good old JR.
Yeah.
Jim Ross. Love him.
Hate him. Anyway.
What? How?
I don't like him now. I mean.
Hey, well, he's got to get rid of that beard. I don't know what.
He's got to get rid of the beard.
It just bothers me. It bothers me. But I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why he's going it out. But also, I feel like his commentary has gone back a step.
Oh, it is.
When he comes out and he just does an Undertaker match. I mean, again, he's still one of the greatest of all time, but he just doesn't seem to have that passion he had when he was, or the energy,
Yeah.
And as you get older, that goes away. It's not his fault. He just doesn't seem to have it in him anymore, or whatever. I think that's the case of him that's a result of him not being a full-time commentator anymore.
Yep.
That's just how. Sometimes you have the passion when you're doing it day in and day out. He's not doing it anymore as a full-time gig or every Monday night gig, and that just it happens.
I thought it was all downhill from when he got drafted to SmackDown.
Oh yes.
And I thought that was the turning point of his commentary.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
mean, I didn't get why he was
kind
drafted.
of agree too. I mean, again, he still did have those moments where he makes you think wrestling is real.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is exactly when he started. I don't want to say his commentary quality started declining, but it did.
Oh, it did.
It did.
Sadly, but
not to the level of Kings.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler's just.
Yay, go Cena! What a move by Cena!
He's falling off the face of. How about
the
entire arena chanting "Let's go Ziggler"?
Yeah, right.
Listen to these fans. Let's go Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Okay.
Oh
Jerry.
my! You know what he should do now? Just let's go, faces. Come on, faces. We could do it. Come on, Jerry. You two go home.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Of Jerry Lawler?
Miz, Sheamus, Jerry Lawler, go home.
Just go home, guys.
Had enough.
Well, I don't have a problem with Sheamus, but I mean, I just think face Sheamus, all he does is run around and smile and be the face that has to be involved in everything.
Yep.
You know?
I like these go home segments.
Go home.
Go home. But we have a nice Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger promo.
Uh-huh.
And how intimidating that Jack Swagger knocks off JR's hat.
Well, that's how you know things are getting serious. That's how you know things are getting serious.
Knock off my hat. I'm gonna get serious.
Oh, I missed.
You missed.
I missed again. No. Here's what happened. Jim Ross interviewed Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. Jack Swagger actually talked this time. It's actually. He actually talked this time. Not the best on the mic, but I guess he has gotten better. It's hard to get worse, but he did do a little better. Like I said, he didn't just stand there with his arms crossed the entire time. Jim Ross actually mentioned that he was the one who recruited Jack Swagger.
Okay.
All right. And then Zeb Coulter, he picked it up, saying, "Oh well, of course Jack Swagger had to take a shot at the Oklahoma Sooners."
Of course.
Zeb Coulter went into the illegal immigrants thing again, and Jim Ross was actually, pleading with Swagger. What's happened to you? You're not the same Jack Swagger I recruited. This guy's brainwashed you. Zeb Coulter went along the lines of, "No, I've just opened his mind. If anyone's brainwashed him, it was you." And Swagger started pushing JR around a bit.
Yes.
Like you said, knocked his hat off. Shoved him a bit into the...
You're a punk. You're a punk. You're a punk. What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do?
He shoved JR into a corner, and that's when Del Rio came out. So Alberto Del Rio came out to make the save, but no physicality.
Of course.
No
They're not allowed to. Don't you get it?
Alberto Del Rio came out of the ring, Swagger backed off, and that was about it. I don't like bullies!
Del Rio, what did you say to good old Jack Swagger?
Oh, what did he say? Oh my goodness, what did he say?
Okay, I'll tell you what he said. Alberto tells him that they have it wrong. Jack and Zeb are the problem, and he is the solution.
You got it all wrong! We are not the problem!
And he is the solution.
I am the solution!
He tells Jack that he is not the real American. Jack is a real...
jackass! Yes, that's how he said it.
And that's it! It was the promo!
I'm surprised it took them that long to use jackass.
Yeah, right.
Jack Swagger.
Finally. Wow. We will find out who the options are for Duro's opponent next week on SmackDown. The first opponent is either Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
The second is Wade Barrett. And the third is Antonio Cesaro.
Now the fans are going to choose who his opponent will be?
Yes.
Alright. That's for next week?
You know what my pick is?
Ziggler.
Cesaro.
Interesting. So it'll be a champion versus champion match.
I'd like to see that.
Well, yeah, I can see why you didn't pick Ziggler, because then Ziggler would just lose again.
Yep.
But you gotta understand, Ziggler's gonna lose no matter who he faces.
Yes.
Unless it's Kofi Kingston.
And also, Wade Barrett is in another storyline with, I guess, Sheamus. So he doesn't make real much sense here.
Yeah.
The only reason I want to see Cesaro because I want to see how he'd favor against the World Heavyweight title, World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
In case we get that future title match.
Yeah.
But Cesaro has to lose the title first, so. Excuse me, it'd be nice to see.
It would be. It would be.
Next we get Kane with the blindfold and Daniel Bryan with his arm tied behind his back against Darren Young and Titus O'Neil.
Now this
hurrah!
Now this isn't just any blindfold. Obviously, we know it's not really a blindfold. These are bags that they put over their heads. But this wasn't just an ordinary bag. This bag had a face of a goat.
Wow. I guess Kane did not know.
Kane did not know. Didn't fare too bad in the match.
Okay.
I did like Monday's showing.
Yes,
It was a bit of Kane returning to his old roots. Having his hand tied behind his back and still being able to take out a
Yep.
tag team on his own. That was really cool. And then it goes right back to being comedy relief.
Of course.
Go figure.
Surprised who won the match?
Actually, yeah, I really am, because this means now, if WWE stays true to what they do,
they had guaranteed a title shot.
Yes,
They beat
now-
the tag team champions.
now they should get a title shot in the near future. Maybe they actually win this time.
You know, it'd be funny. It's not tonight on Raw.
You know what? That's not.
That means
a
Kane has
possibility.
to come out in his old mask and his old red attire.
They're not. This is.
It's called old school
this
for a
isn't-
reason.
This isn't the NFL. They don't come out in throwback uniforms. They're not. What,
Just they are. It's called old school.
So what? Triple H is making an appearance. Is he gonna come out with like a tux and
I'd
a
love
wig
to see it. I'd laugh.
with the old music, with his first music?
Yes.
That would be unbelievable. I can't even fathom what that would be like to have Triple H come out in his old
I'll
music.
I'll get it. Since we used the recording on your computer, so I'll get the.
It would be unbelievable.
I know what you're looking for. You're looking for the music, correct?
Who else? Who else would it be? The only ones I can see that would it was his first theme song.
I have to see it.
I know that. I guess the only one, Chris Jericho also has to come back with a wig and pants.
Yes.
But oddly enough, he wasn't on SmackDown. Well,
Really?
Not oddly enough. He doesn't make too many appearances on SmackDown anymore. But interesting, he was in Australia.
He came out to Ode to Joy.
No, but that's not the one I was talking about. It was another
It
one.
was a different one, so it wasn't this.
Right? No, it wasn't that one. That's not the one I was talking about. But again, as I was saying before, Triple H will not come out in that attire. All right.
Is it that one?
It might be. So, yeah, and neither will Chris Jericho. Yes! This is what he has to come out to. In fact, what should have happened was they should have held off on...
God.
Keep playing it. They should have held off on Triple H's return until this week. Brock Lesnar comes out, and then this music starts playing, and Triple H bloodies Brock Lesnar. It would have been so much better.
Oh my God.
Let it keep going. I love it. I love it. This is
I'm losing because it's hilarious. Oh my God. It's so peaceful.
It is. And it shows Brock Lesnar that you don't mess with him.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't mess with Brock Lesnar and his music
No,
plays.
Triple H. Triple H's music. So...
I can't imagine that. Just Brock Lesnar's out there and all of a sudden that plays.
Yes, and everyone's... Yes, and everyone would know immediately that it's Triple H.
I kind of want to see that played over when Brock's in the ring and just Triple H, you play that music, you mute everything else and just play that.
That
as
has to
Triple
be
H comes out.
his WrestleMania entrance music.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's why he lost, because the game doesn't inspire him anymore.
Yes.
The game by Motorhead. He has to go back to this song. That's what he has to do.
Anyway, millions of dollars wins the match. With,
How did we go from that to? Oh, Kane.
Yes. Yes.
But after the match, Kane takes off the blindfold and he notices the goat face.
Uh-oh.
And this was actually one of the things that was wrong in the spoiler. In the spoiler, it says Daniel slapped Kane.
Yes.
No.
Dumb spoilers.
Kane put the blindfold on Daniel Bryan. He refused the hug. He smacked him.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh. So...
I'm just gonna stop guessing as to when they're gonna break up Team Hell.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be soon. I hope
Because
it's soon.
if they beat the primetime players again, I'm gonna really. I just give up.
You're gonna throw your TV out the window?
No, I don't mind. Look, I don't mind that Team Hell No is still a team, still the champions. That's fine. That's nice and dandy. But just the false, the breakup teases.
No, I know.
They're killing me.
Anyway, we get Matt Striker is in the interview area with Big Slow. He asked Snow about his.
He asked Snow.
Yes, I did that. For
I didn't
a
know
reason.
Al Snow made an
Yes,
appearance.
Al Snow made an appearance. He asked Snow about his match with Randy Orton. Snow says it's his time to make an impact. What better way to make an impact than to chokeslam Randy Orton? Matt leaves. What?
Yeah, he leaves us because he's scared. He's scared of the Big Show.
Oh yeah,
He's scared of the Big
right.
Show. Remember, not too long ago, the Big Show just wailed on his face. Just like, punched him right before he even finished the question.
I loved it. He deserved it.
Well, you hate Matt Striker. So.
I do hate Matt Striker. Go home. Another one. Yeah, we should have a list of go home.
Well, obviously, number one is the Miz.
Yes.
So.
Yes, Miz go home. Anyway, after that, Chris Jericho is who's going to be on, I guess, Skype and tells Michael Cole
Yes.
how happy he is that he's talking to him while on his Australia tour with Fozzy.
Yep.
Yay! Chris reminded us that also he's going to be on the premiere episode of Robot Combat League. That will air after SmackDown.
And I didn't watch it.
Of course you didn't. You probably fell asleep. We go.
I was awake. I actually don't remember why I didn't watch it.
We go to commercial, and it's time for Fun Time Go.
You gotta breathe in the A's.
Oh, you have to breathe in the.
Don't get hung up on the end.
That's how you say it.
That's how you say it. Matt Striker failed at this too.
Thanks, Matt
And
Striker.
because of Matt
again.
Striker,
He didn't debut.
I gotta say though, I did like this promo. I liked it, and you and Rob have been very, how can I put this, skeptical of this gimmick, and I liked it. And it seemed like Rob liked it too because he thought it was gold. I think that's what he said. Just because of the fact that he just seems like a good character. I mean, he did do the old gold dust, rubbing your chest and all that. But I just like weird.
Yeah.
I like the weird gimmicks.
Of course you would.
be
Go
interesting.
dance with him. Anyway.
Well,
Well.
but I did like the segment. I
Of course
love
you
you saw
did.
it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I know you didn't like it. I liked it.
Stupid Matt Striker. Thank you. Go home.
And it
Do
appears
you believe me now that he should go home? He screws up someone's
I
debut.
didn't appreciate this at all.
See? Told you.
But I will say that it appears that the person who Fandango was going to face was Zack Ryder. 'Cause
Yeah.
He was saying it started with a Z,
See?
whatever.
So who's going to...
So it's either going to be Zack Ryder or Zeb Colton.
Yeah, Zeb Coulter wrestler. Come on, man.
Well, it's funny because actually, I forgot to mention this. During the Jack Swagger, Zeb Coulter interview with JR, and then when Alberto Del Rio came out for the save, I said, there we go, there's a match. Jim Ross versus Zeb Coulter.
Yes.
That would be amazing. At least a tag team match. You
Yes.
know? Have Alberto Del Rio team up with Jim Ross to face Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. It would be phenomenal. You know it would be.
It would be. It would. So after that...
We all know how much of how athletic Jim Ross is through his old wrestling
So-
matches.
I know. We get the Raw rebound. Whatever.
Mhm.
We got back, and they voted already.
Mhm.
And Ziggler, go figure. So what, so he can lose again? For the 180th time of his professional wrestling career? It's a joke.
So Ziggler won.
Yes, Ziggler is facing...
I can tell you
Del
that
Rio.
over the past 3 weeks, I've seen Ziggler lose to Del Rio
He's gonna lose, he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose.
at least 3 times.
He's gonna lose, he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose.
Once on main event, and I think one on Raw. Maybe one on SmackDown. Something like that. I don't know.
Ready?
Oh, there
he's
was
gonna
one-
lose, he's
there
gonna
was one on
lose,
Raw.
he's gonna lose.
The good thing is that these two put on good matches.
Of course they do, but you know, he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose.
Yes.
Do I have to continue?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry, it's true.
No, you're right. You're absolutely 100%
I wish it
right.
wasn't, but it's true. It's gonna be a great match, but you know what? He's gonna lose, he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose.
Hmm.
Again and again and again.
Well,
and again and again and again.
And it's starting to look like he's gonna keep losing until he wins the title. If he wins the title.
And you know what's gonna be after? Is to start losing again with the title. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the point where at pay-per-views, he's gonna win. They're gonna lose, win, lose, win, lose.
And the only meaningful match that he's won lately was the one against John Cena in the Money in the. Was it Money in the Bank?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't. It was I forget what pay-per-view it was, but it was for the Money in the Bank.
Yes, it was for
contract.
Money in the Bank.
And he won it because of AJ pushing John Cena through the table.
December was. What was the December pay-per-view?
Oh, clearly December to dismember.
Freaking hit you with this. Do
All
not
right.
bring up that pay-per-view.
Assault.
I wasted my money on that.
On that and countless TNA pay-per-views.
I hate you.
Alright, well, I didn't make you order it.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Give me a second. I want to look up the... I can't believe we forgot the December pay-per-view. It was Royal Rumble in January.
And the Survivor Series is usually in November?
November.
Is that when it usually is?
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, well...
I'll give... Well, you talk about the next segment. We have Randy Orton versus the Big
Was it
Show.
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, yes it was. No, wait, was it?
I don't
Give me a
remember.
second, I'm looking.
Alright, well, anyway, you were saying to what? What do you want me to keep going on?
Oh, Big Show versus...
Alright, Big Show versus Orton. The typical Big Show match. You know, the typical Big Show... Where, you know, he uses his power, his strength,
TLC.
his size. It was TLC, okay. Oh, wow, okay, we should have known that. It was a ladder match.
Yes.
So. Fail on our part. And obviously everyone remembers the dark match of that pay-per-view.
JTG versus David Otunga.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Because everybody saw it, obviously.
And there was a pre-show, too. Santa's Little Helpers match.
Yes, but obviously nothing...
So you got two matches. You got a dark match and a pre-show match.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
But back to SmackDown.
So anyway, again, the match between Big Show and Randy Orton, nothing special. What we were all waiting for was the Shield. That's
Yes.
what everyone was waiting for, you know. How would the Shield retaliate to Randy Orton's sneak attack on Raw?
Okay.
On the Shield, mainly Seth Rollins. So the Shield comes in. At this point, Randy Orton has the match in control. You know, he gave Big Show the DDT from the rope. You know, when they have their feet hung up on the ropes, but Big Show actually had his feet on top of the on the top rope. So it was pretty impressive. There was also one spot where Big Show tried to elbow from the middle rope. That looked pretty cool. Obviously, he didn't hit it. But the Shield came in when, you know, Big Show was on the floor after taking the DDT. They're about to attack Randy Orton, but then Sheamus runs in. He goes into the ring, and then the Shield gets into the ring, you know, and attacks both of them. You know, using the strategy they used at against Team Hell No and Ryback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have two. They both ganged up on Randy Orton first, and then you had two go on Randy Orton and one go on Sheamus, and then once they got Randy Orton on the ground, I believe it was Dean Ambrose who went out and also started helping to double team Sheamus.
Okay.
So they're in control. And then at one point, Roman Reigns bumps Big Show, and Big Show gives him the KO.
The KO,
as Booker T calls it.
Boom.
Shield retreats, and Big Show has a mad face. You know, does this mean a potential face turn for Big Show already?
Face heel. Oh,
This
I'm
guy,
gonna go heel.
he's breaking records. But just when you think, all right, he might be turning a new leaf, he chokeslams Randy Orton, and then Big Show, Sheamus bro kicks Big Show out of the ring. But still, they might be teasing something there. Maybe that's the team that'll go up against the Shield at WrestleMania. Orton, Sheamus, and the Big Show. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I just really hope it's not Big Show who's involved in terms of whoever finally beats the Shield.
Oh, of course.
I really hope it's not the Big Show of all people. I mean, come on.
Whoa, it's the Big Slow.
But again, it'd be interesting to see if they're going to build off of this. You know? Are they going to follow up? Will the Shield attack the Big Show?
That's true.
Could he be the next one? Can they give him the triple power bomb? You know?
It's a good question.
So
it's a good question. But that's pretty much SmackDown.
Because if they do, you know he's face now.
Oh, of course. Of course. So.
And then you'll see all Shield has to do is attack Big Show's knees, and he's down for the rest of the match. One thing that I was very, 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 very disappointed in this SmackDown was when I read the spoilers, there was a match between Heath Slater and Sin Cara, which was not put on TV. This was supposed to be put in between the interview with the Big Show and the interview with Fandango. Excuse me. Fandango.
Get it right.
I got it right.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Excuse me.
Only Fandango could say it.
He says that other people can say it. Jerry Lawler actually did a pretty good job. I wonder if Fandango would be accepting of that version.
Probably not.
But I didn't appreciate Heath Slater being, getting the shaft.
Fandango. No, it's Fandango. I would have slapped him.
You would have slapped too.
I would have slapped Matt Striker. Yeah.
You don't get that name wrong. I mean, he's been saying it in all his vignettes.
Yeah.
So.
I want to see what it's like.
But again, I did not appreciate Heath Slater getting the shaft.
Just get kicked out of the company.
No.
What do you mean no?
But again, he lost to Sin Cara.
No.
So whatever. I mean, maybe it's good that it was excluded, because if if they didn't show it, it never happened. So.
Yeah, I see. Well, Sin Cara would have won anyway. So. More jobbing for the 3MB.
No, if it didn't happen on TV, it never happened.
Typical Smark. Anyway.
What?
You heard me.
Excuse me.
Typical Smark. Typical Smark.
Yeah, look who's freaking talking.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that was SmackDown, and obviously Raw is tonight. Old school, baby, old school.
It's gonna be terrible.
You're gonna be terrible, okay?
I'm the coolest. Well, again,
let's talk about the preview for Raw tonight. It's in Buffalo, New York.
Hey,
and people.
Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. That's how you know it's gonna be terrible.
What's wrong? You making fun of Buffalo now?
Yes.
Don't make it. You're making fun of my Buffalo Bills now. I like Buffalo. It's me and Buffalo. We
go hand in hand.
Hand in hand. We've lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, so it can't get much worse for them. But the NFL is not time to talk about. Maybe free agency. Whoever makes a big splash. I got the thing with Revis.
Right.
Who knows where he goes, but let's go to the preview of Raw. We've confirmed appearances from the show. We have I guess this might be a dark match. The Shield versus Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback is advertised locally, so it might be a dark match. Who knows? The Rock will be there. Triple H also. Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar will not be there.
Okay.
Following legends confirmed tonight: Ric Flair, New Age Outlaws, Jim Duggan, $1 Million Man, Dusty Rhodes, Gene Okerlund.
Gene Okerlund.
Yes, Mean Gene Okerlund. Also, Mae Young, Sergeant Slaughter, and the Honky Tonk Man.
I'm really excited for the Honky Tonk Man.
And the Honky Tonk Man. Longest Intercontinental Champion.
I'll tell you who I'm excited for. Again, I've never been a big Ric Flair fan, but it's good to see him there. New Age Outlaws, okay.
Oh, you didn't know?
Why is Hacksaw Jim Duggan even showing up? Everybody knows what he's gonna do. I'm looking forward to seeing the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Money.
Could that mean an appearance by Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Of course.
Let's hope so. Dusty Rhodes. Okay.
Dusty Rhodes, yeah, man. All American.
I always enjoy seeing his forehead in HD. In HD, his forehead, all those cuts, all those blade jobs. Oh, goodness.
Continue.
That should be exciting.
Gene Okerlund.
A few other people who could be appearing, like you said. Mae Young.
I wonder if she's going to bring her hand.
Oh, boy. You mean her son?
Her son, sorry. Her hand.
Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter. Who's he going to challenge and lose to this week?
Yes.
You know? But, those are the same legends they always bring back.
Of course.
I mean, let's be
honest.
honest.
And the Honky Tonk Man shaking his hips with the guitar.
Other than the New Age Outlaws who have only made 1 or 2 appearances.
Yep.
This is the same group of legends that they always bring back.
Pretty much. Maybe a surprise, you know. Maybe they're keeping someone in the back, you know. I'm surprised Roddy Piper's not there.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
He's usually part of that group.
And Hulk Hogan's going to be there. And
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan's going to be there.
I just love how
Scott Hall.
These legends are always such... I mean, oh, goodness.
He's going to come back as Razor Ramon. Fat.
Yeah, he has to come back in his old trunks. With the vest.
If he can fit them. But,
and he's got to see if
he's getting help, which is a very good thing. So maybe he could be next Hall of Famer. So same with Jake Roberts, who I'd like to see in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know? But let's focus on the points for tonight for Raw. What old school surprise awaits?
Well, I would figure the big one that everyone's waiting for is The Undertaker.
Yes.
You know? The Undertaker is...
No, The Undertaker!
The Undertaker. Well,
Undertaker!
That's if Teddy Long says his name.
Yes. So, what happens when Triple H and The Rock return?
Well, obviously, like we said before, Triple H is going to return as his old self.
And Rock should come back to his old self.
As Rocky Maivia.
Yes.
And he will get automatically booed. Booed. Just like he did when he was in his Rocky Maivia deal.
What will Zeb Coulter say
Well, in all
next?
seriousness, in terms of what those two are going to be doing on this...
Triple H is going to talk about Brock Lesnar, pretty much.
Brock's going to talk about John Cena.
Yay!
It's
again!
Time. We've been saying it's long overdue. It's time to start hyping up your WrestleMania matches.
Hype them up. You got 5 weeks left? Yeah, my highlighter.
I don't know. It's getting a lot closer than it's really getting close. I'm surprised. Usually when I'm getting excited for something, it's time slows down.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, it's like for baseball season. When I get excited for that, January and February take forever.
I know.
But you know.
But it's gone quick. February went by quick.
It did.
It went by quick, and now we're only, not counting this week, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away to WrestleMania.
Amazing that it's going by this quickly.
Whew. It's gonna come quick.
Look, with all due, in all seriousness, we can bash WrestleMania all we want, but being there is going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be...
It's
like
going
I
to be
said,
cool.
At least you can say we've been to a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people haven't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've always wanted to go. But, you know, it's travel here, travel there. At the Garden, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, but, we got okay tickets for what it was worth.
Uh-huh.
So, as long as we're happy with our front row seating.
Yes. Hopefully there's none of those, like last year had pine trees.
Yeah. Yeah, which
obstructing the views.
A lot of people complained about that. So
yeah. And here's a sad. What I heard about that was not everybody complained about it. They just dealt with it.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that if you complain about it, they would give you an alternate place to watch WrestleMania from, and you could But not everyone is that confrontational. They just don't want to deal with having to ask for another seat. And I'm trying to wonder, what are they going to put at ours? Like,
I hope nothing.
Probably like
you really can't do anything.
Empire State Building.
Yeah.
So obstruct even more of a view.
Can you see the match? I can't see anything. Why? There's a big Empire State Building.
And they'll be actual size.
Actual size.
They'll be actual size.
Oh boy.
Just to screw over New Jersey.
Obviously, the Rocket scene will be built tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What would Zeb Coulter say next?
More immigrant stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
It seems like that's what they're focusing on. It's sad too because, actually, Zeb Coulter, this past edition of SmackDown, if there's one complaint I have about his mic skills, is that he doesn't have much emotion. You know what I mean?
Point.
He just seems to recite his lines. On SmackDown, he showed a little emotion. He got angry. He got a little angrier than he already looks. Let's put it that way. And I'm just wondering, what will he say next? No, it will be something else on immigration.
Yeah,
Unless
of course.
There's something else that he wants to get off his chest, or maybe Jack Swagger wants to say something now. I don't know.
Will the Shield strike back against Randy Orton? I say yes.
I'm more interested in if they'll strike back against the Big Show.
Good question.
Randy Orton, fine, whatever. He's a face.
Well, remember, he did attack them last week.
He got attacked already on SmackDown.
As Sheamus made a stupid botch. Oh, let me go to the back. No, you moron! You're not off on TV yet. Go back! Go back!
Interestingly enough, I get Universal HD, the channel. Do you get that? Do you get that channel?
Yes, I do.
They showed the rerun of Raw, and usually when something goes wrong, they fix it.
Did they cut it?
No, they kept it in.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hmm.
I guess that's to make fun of Sheamus for his stupidity.
I don't know. I mean, and it's I don't know.
I didn't
It was
get
odd
that.
they did.
I
that they
didn't
left it
get
in
that. And we are just a month away until WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
As we know, Mr. Punk lost last week.
Yeah.
Where does he go from here?
Well, again,
Gong!
it's yeah. That's what everybody's saying, and I'm just
Gong!
just for the sake of being a douche. I hope Undertaker still doesn't come back this week. I love how every week, the Smarks, Undertaker's coming back today.
He's coming!
And that's you.
I
See,
said-
you
I-
are a Smark.
No, but I called he wasn't.
No.
I called he
No.
wasn't. What? On last
Undertaker,
week's show,
no.
I said me and Rob said he would not show up.
Nope.
I said what?
Every week you're like Undertaker.
No, but did I say he was going to return last week?
No, excuse me. No, because you were saying Baby Taker.
Baby Taker.
Baby Taker.
Yes.
Will he return today?
Yes.
Because there are some heavy rumors today.
These are more heavy there than last
These
week.
aren't just regular
But
rumors.
me and Rob called it though. He was not going to appear.
I know Rob was also hoping he wouldn't show. And
But tonight,
and Rob thought it was hilarious when he didn't
yes,
show.
It's 100%. I'm calling it now. He will return.
You're hearing
if
it
I'm
here.
wrong, you can bash the living crap out of me.
You're hearing it here.
100%.
First,
he has to return.
Even though you'll hear this after Raw, and you already know if Undertaker showed up or not.
Yes.
You're hearing it here first. I don't know. I don't even know how to frame that.
Yeah, right? But like I said, I am calling it now. He will return tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy. I was right last
I hope
week.
we can do this without the generic CM Punk heel promo, though.
Oh, of course. He's going to be, I'm a legend. I am this. I can beat anyone. I want my respect. Ding gong.
I don't know.
Well, Paul Bearer is going to go back to, oh, yes, Mr. Punk.
And I would like to see a Paul Heyman versus Paul Bearer match.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I would
be
like to see that. But
Well,
the competition between those... Well, no. Paul Bearer can't even... He can barely walk, so maybe not.
Is he? I wonder if he's still in the meat freezer.
Oh, yes, that's where he still is.
That's where he still is.
Kane put him there. He stays there.
Why are you doing this to me, Kane?
No, Kane, no. I'm not even trying to.
Kane, no. Your take on this, Dory.
No.
This is Gaga.
That segment was caca. No, I like that segment, pushing him back in the freezer.
Oh, that was great. So that's the preview for Raw. Possible tag match for tonight. The New Age Outlaws versus Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow.
Oh, you mean that team that broke up about 3 weeks ago?
Yep.
Okay.
And former TNA.
And then had the one night only reunion.
Yes.
Okay.
So stupid.
Well, didn't I call this?
Yes, you did.
I called this. I said, well,
Yes,
we all
you
know
did.
how much WWE follows up on their it's only going to happen once
Yes.
thing. So
Once in a
obviously it's going to
lifetime.
happen twice.
Lies. Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
Please.
Whenever you hear WWE say once in a lifetime or one night only,
Twice in 2 years.
you know it's a load of crap.
And I wonder what's going to happen when we have to see the match again. What are they going to put? 3 times the charm.
Yeah, right. And they'll tie. They'll tie in the third
in
hit.
the third.
In the third match.
Then we'll get a 4th one.
And they'll keep tying from here on out. That's the new tradition.
sorry.
That's the new tradition. Instead of having Raw at MSG every 10 years, which you know, it's,
I've seen a Rock every year.
yes, have Cena Rock every year. Now, is this a confirmed match?
What?
This is a confirmed match.
According to word is they'll be facing Rhodes and Damian Sandow.
Alright, so it's not confirmed, but you know, usually it will be probably teased at some point, and then they'll follow up on it.
Well, they'll probably do some stupid well, not stupid.
And
'Cause I like
Sandow will
Sandow.
come out and criticize them for it or something.
Yes, criticize. They tagged it. We left the tag division and something. We're back together, and out comes the New Age Outlaws and doing their thing or vice versa. New Age Outlaws will come and do a promo or something, saying it's old school and blah 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 and this and that, and out will come Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow.
Right.
Also, former TNA knockout Rosita.
Yes, Rosita.
Will maybe in Buffalo for a tryout for WWE.
Right. Rosita, Thea Trinidad, her name.
Yeah.
Will be interesting to see what type of ring name she gets if she's employed by the WWE.
Yes.
Yes. As I mean, nothing's been official yet. They haven't announced anything. I don't believe.
No.
She just seems to be around. And again, what would they possibly? It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's just if she's signed, she's signed. It's not like she's going to be making an appearance every now and then. Although Caitlyn at the moment isn't feuding with anyone.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility. But see, WWE doesn't do the same thing that TNA does. They don't take the competition's former competitors and put them right into like a big feud.
Yep.
I mean, R-Truth, when he was signed, he was just there.
He's got a new attire, by the way.
R-Truth?
Yep.
He doesn't have jeans anymore?
He's got something, but it's weird. It's like it says the suntan Superman with like a cool shirt or something like that. So I guess Little Jimmy's done.
Maybe. He has yet to mention Little Jimmy, although I have yet to hear him on the mic anyway.
Yeah. So, also we have new bids on WrestleMania 31 and 32.
Uh-huh.
And these are the possible candidates.
Well, we can rule out a few already.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Rule it out. They were just there.
Detroit, Michigan.
That's a possibility.
Orlando, Florida.
I guess it is. I mean, WWE seems to like Florida a lot.
Miami, Florida.
They were just there. Why is that even a possibility?
Tampa, Florida.
Goodness. Really? I love how the three of the five candidates are in Florida. This is unbelievable.
Well, I guess they're afraid that if MetLife Stadium, if it rains or it snows in April.
It's in April. Well, it's not impossible actually.
It's very possible.
It has snowed in April before. Yankee fans remember we had a home opener in the snow once, so it's stranger things have happened.
Yes, stranger. Imagine just us, President Snow.
I'm just waiting for a WrestleMania to be like in the middle of a hurricane at some point. You want to keep having it in Florida? Fine. Hurricane.
Hurricane. Take that, WWE. But I really hope Florida's there 3 times.
And I can't believe Miami is even being considered.
Yeah, it was already there. We want to go back to The Rock's hometown? I mean, come on. Come on, man. I mean...
Although, no, Georgia's not a possibility either. It was there just a couple years ago as well.
I was thinking Canada.
That was another discussion that I was having with a friend before. I had always thought that, they have had a WrestleMania in Canada before.
Yep.
They had one in the Sky Dome, which is now the Rogers Center.
Yep. Where the stupid Buffalo Bills play now.
Yeah.
But
But
game,
later on in the show,
real game.
later in the show, we will be talking about a team that may bring some success to the Rogers Center.
Yes.
But last time they were there, WrestleMania 18.
Okay.
Rock, Hogan.
Yep.
Which that one actually lived up to the hype.
Yes, it did.
It would be interesting to see when they go to Canada again.
Yeah.
It really would be interesting to see that. And in terms of foreign countries to host a WrestleMania, you always think of Wembley Stadium. In England, but it just seems like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because I really don't think the WWE would have to worry about revenue there.
Yep.
I mean, you know how excited those fans get when WWE shows up.
Definitely.
They're going to sell out Wembley in no time. And
Definitely.
there's enough smarks in the United States to still order WrestleMania.
Yeah.
At whatever time it's going to be.
Also, John Cena made another wish.
Oh, he granted another wish with
another
the
wish.
Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Yep. What a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. He's a workhorse.
Towards the younger people.
Well, again, I don't know them personally in terms of how he is backstage. I don't know if the porn star thing was ever confirmed. Was it?
No one said anything.
At this point, I think it's just a rumor.
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
You know? And you know, when you're in John Cena's
but
shoes, people are gonna want to bring you down. But I mean,
oh no, it bothers me how he treats like the other people. Like he'll treat kids okay with no problem, but it's like, say like a 30 to 40-year-old asking for an autograph, and what I've heard, he doesn't give it to them.
Okay.
You know, I mean, how much of a douche can you be?
Well, I mean, it's tough because actually, I forgot to mention this. Recently, I met Ray Rice of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yay!
In New Rochelle, he had a bit of a celebration at the city hall.
Yay!
The reason I bring this up is because, well, first of all, it was awesome meeting a Super Bowl champion.
Oh, I just want to say this, Rob. You can stop watching. Anyway.
No, he doesn't have to because this is a quick mention.
Oh, it's a quick mention.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm not going to get into this big deal. I did meet him, and you know, what he did though was he actually went into the crowd of fans. But he didn't give autographs though because at this point, you know, if he gives it to one person,
he has to give it to all.
Has to give it to everybody. And I gotta wonder, is that the case with John Cena? You know, are these just butthurt fans who wanted an autograph and they asked him at a bad time? Like let's say he has to board a plane and they ask him, sign me an autograph, take a picture with me, and he just can't do it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that excuses him because I know how frustrating it can be where you wait for a long time to see somebody and then they just walk right past you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but at this point, you know, especially John Cena's got a tough schedule.
He does.
So, I mean...
Not as tough as The Rock, though. The Rock is a man.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
The Rock is the man.
But I gotta say, it is tough to judge on that front. I really don't know what the case is, what they're dealing with at the time, so...
And also, remember Hulk Hogan decided to open his big fat mouth and say Bret Hart?
No, his big legendary icon mouth.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart threw his 2 cents in about Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
Here we go. I think there's only one way... Oh, about Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan? Okay.
No, both of them.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
I've got no faith in either one of them.
Okay.
If anything, they're TNA gonna lose a lot of ground. They're spending a fortune on guys who are worthless, and Bischoff as worthless as Hogan. The two of them have zero to offer in the business. The only thing Hulk Hogan ever knew was how to make Hulk Hogan. He couldn't tell you how to make AJ Styles Samoa Joe. What's Hulk Hogan gonna tell Samoa Joe? He doesn't know anything to even tell him. He's got zero to offer.
And you know what? As much as I like Hulk Hogan as a legend, at this point, Bret Hart, he's right. How can you argue with that?
Yeah.
I mean, right, he just nailed it perfectly. But although I wouldn't say, yeah, no, he's right. I can't even. I'm really having a problem. Even trying to dispute any of what he said, right?
Yes.
Because I mean,
and
like I said, they're pushing the wrong people at this point.
I do get. There's one comment I see is TNA has been unwatchable since 2009, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true. So.
Well, obviously I can watch it, because see, I'm the type of person who I'll watch a bad movie or a bad show just to laugh at it. But TNA, I mean, I'm still willing to give it a shot. The only thing that really upsets me right now about TNA is the X Division.
Yes.
You know, I thought that's what separated TNA from the WWE. You know.
Yes.
And at this point, it's nothing now. So.
Well, the only thing with Bret that he had a hard time doing a promo. Like his promos weren't that good.
But my deal, see, that's what I don't understand. People need to understand this about Bret Hart and his mic skills. Bret Hart was never meant to be a comic book character.
No, definitely not.
Bret Hart was meant to be a type of character that resembled a real person.
You're right.
And I'll never understand why people say, "Oh, Bret wasn't good on the mic." Well, he wasn't supposed to be like The Rock.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to have that type of mic skills like Shawn Michaels or anything. The Bret Hart character that he played, in my view, was one of the more legitimate personalities in the WWF.
Definitely.
Because you could see him, the way he interacts, and you say, that's a real person. You know? When you see The Rock, and he's cutting these promos, or Shawn Michaels and all that stuff, you know these are characters they're playing. The Undertaker, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's not what Bret Hart was supposed to be.
Oh, this just broke now. WWE reveals a new June pay-per-view. It will be called WWE Payback.
Payback. Now, I'm very curious to see as to which pay-per-view this will be replacing.
It's replacing bragging rights.
Okay.
Oh, Over the Limit. May's Over the Limit pay-per-view.
Oh, that's what it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
So WrestleMania 29, Extreme Rules, Payback, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam.
Alright, so Payback...
is our...
Isn't that just another word for vengeance?
Yeah, right?
Just bring back vengeance.
Just bring back vengeance then.
I don't know. I guess it's for the kids. You know, you don't want kids to be seeking vengeance. So, even though it's the same thing.
Payback. Why don't you just put down a payback?
No, here's what they need to put. If they're gonna call it Payback, they need to have a storyline where Cody Rhodes still owes Ted DiBiase Jr. money, and Ted DiBiase Jr. wants his money back.
Yeah, someone said bring back Vengeance or King of the Ring or
King of the Ring's the
even
one.
Capital Punishment.
Capital Punishment.
Oh wow.
Well, let's.
This could possibly be one of the worst pay-per-view names I've ever heard in my life.
Well, Over the Limit wasn't very good either.
Payback? Really? Payback?
I really don't know what to think here. I really don't. Let's see the card first, because for all we know...
It's horror! I can just imagine it right now. Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes. Because he didn't pay him back yet.
For the money belt.
For the money belt.
Yes.
What a horrible pay-per-view name.
Do they have a logo for the...
I can't wait to see this logo for the
it has to have
Payback.
Money signs.
Oh
dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
You know, they should have done Money in the Bank first, then Payback.
Okay, I guess
You
that
get
makes
it?
some sense.
It makes some sense. But you know what? Payback after Extreme Rules?
Uh-huh.
How do you name a pay-per-view Payback?
Well, maybe they'll start a feud in Extreme...
Oh, they'll start a feud.
Extreme Rules, and then they'll have Payback.
Payback, aha. Worst pay-per-view name ever. Anyway,
okay, that's what we have to look into. We have to look into what are the worst pay-per-view
We'll get to
names.
that. I just want to go back to TNA.
I'm gonna put that down because that would be fun to look through.
But as we were saying that TNA has been low, this is the breakdown of their ratings. 2007, 1.05 rating. 2008, 1.6 rating. Pre-Hogan, 1.15 rating. Switches to Monday nights and switches back to Thursdays, 1.6 rating in 2010. 2011, 1.17 rating. And in 2012, 102. The second half got a 0.97. So what are you telling me on that?
But it's really tough to explain how 2011, how it got good ratings. Because other than 2011, it makes sense.
Yes.
That the ratings, they spiked pre-Hogan and then they went back down.
Yep.
Why is 2011's so high?
Yeah. I don't know.
Was it because... I really can't explain that. Was that when Hulk Hogan first got in?
Yeah.
Because possibly, his name getting there drew some more ratings, but then when the product started going down, people said, alright, Hogan's there, but it's not worth it. So I'm going to stop watching.
I got some bad news for Sunny fans.
Oh,
She's
boy.
in a state prison in Connecticut. Is being held on for $100,000.
No, this is good news.
Bond.
This is good news because now we know where to visit her. We just need to find out when visiting hours are, and we can make a road trip down there. Well, up there
I
to
wonder
Connecticut.
if she's gonna be is she gonna be at WrestleCon now?
Maybe in like an orange jumpsuit and like handcuffs. Do you remember how when Kane had just recently took off
Oh yes.
the mask and he had the shackles?
Yes.
That's how Sonny's gonna be at Comic-Con. Not Comic-Con,
I just
WrestleCon.
Yes, WrestleCon. I just want to see if they took her off.
Yeah, let's see if they've updated her. If they've removed her from the talents that will be appearing there.
She's supposed to appear. She's supposed to.
Well, how long is she going to be in the state prison for? Any idea?
Does not say.
Does not say. All right. Let's see. So far, I don't see her. All right. Well, while John's on that,
It's looking like a big no-no right now. Oh, John Morrison's gonna be there.
Oh, there she is. She's
there
still there.
she is. She's still there. Yeah, she might be in a bright orange jumpsuit.
Yes.
It's looking like
Bright orange jumpsuit and shackles.
Wow.
Or she's something else. What's she going for? A record?
I think so. I think she's going for a record.
Mm.
This is just not good, Sonny. Come on. Sonny, disappointment. Thought you'd be better than that.
Wait a minute. I just saw a name there on the WrestleCon guest list
Yes, you did. What?
that I just got. I don't even know what to say. Mike Mondo.
Yeah, you didn't make it.
Mike Mondo.
Yeah,
if
you missed that.
if any one of you remember, the Spirit Squad, think Mikey. That would be really interesting to see.
Maybe.
I would love for someone to ask him. So how do you feel that Kenny Dykstra was pushed? Dolph Ziggler is the biggest star, and you have nothing.
I'd like to ask him that.
Yeah, right?
Just right in the face.
And where the hell are Mitch and Johnny?
I think one of them are in ROH.
Okay.
One of them.
In Ring of Poopy.
Ugh.
And what about the other one?
I don't know. Like I said,
CZW?
one of them are in ROH. That's all I know. One of them is in ROH.
Okay.
Actually, I can find that out in 2 seconds. But that's pretty much news regarding Raw and all this kind of stuff. I still don't get the pay-per-view name. Payback. That's all I know. So, yeah, that's wrestling for you. I mean, like I said, you got Raw tonight. It goes old school. Kind of excited.
Despite the fact that we've been ragging on them, it is going to be nice to see.
Definitely.
A few old school type things. I always look forward to seeing that environment. So.
I just want to see which one of them is in ROH. Give me a second.
That's fine.
Let's see. I want to say Johnny. We'll try Johnny first.
Do you think Johnny Jeter is in ROH? Or ROP?
No.
It's not him?
No, not him. Johnny's out of the question.
So Johnny is, what? He's not doing anything, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, at least nothing that we know of right now.
Mitch?
Hmm.
Yeah, let's see anything on Mitch.
No, he's giving us nothing.
Nope, he was released in 2007, though. Wow.
Right.
Wow, it's been that long?
Isn't it amazing how Triple H and Shawn Michaels just buried an entire stable
Yeah.
by mailing them to
Oh, it's Mickey.
OVW?
Yeah, no, ROH.
No, I mean when they mailed them to OVW.
Oh, yes.
That was ridiculous.
I loved it. So, it is Mike Mondo's in ROH.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of... I thought it was Mike Mondo. As for others, we'll see what Kenny Dykstra's doing.
Yeah.
Independent wrestling.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And he was clearly Rob's favorite
Yes.
of the Spirit Squad.
Yes, and our last Spirit Squad member, obviously Nikki is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's Dolph Ziggler.
Nikki is doing by far the best, despite the fact he keeps losing on
Yes.
Raw.
Despite him losing on Raw.
Yeah.
So, that's a quick update on the Spirit Squad. So, obviously, that's it for wrestling for right now, unless we get more news and updates.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Unless we get the logo for Payback.
yes. And as opportunity, I want to point out, Rob, you can stop watching as we go on to, obviously, we have the World Baseball Classic.
Indeed we do.
And almost an upset. The first game of the
First game of the year.
Yes, first game of the year.
Of the tournament.
Because I was shocked that it was that close. Because Japan is obviously favored to win the whole thing.
Of course.
It's-
They've won both so far. So it's only natural that they be the favorites.
Yes. So I want to get a quick go back. I think it started Saturday, where Brazil almost upset Japan.
Now that's,
They were up 3-2 going into the 7th inning.
Yeah.
And then Japan burst it open.
In the 8th inning.
3 runs in the 8th.
In the 8th inning, Japan remembered their Japan.
Yes. And they ended up winning 5-3. That was game 1.
That is an interesting showing by Brazil, though. I would like to see, where they go from here, because
Yes.
maybe that wasn't a fluke. Maybe Brazil really does have that type of talent.
Mhm.
It'd be interesting to see.
Next game was game 2 was the Netherlands versus Korea.
Yes.
5-0. Korea's got no shot.
I was actually very,
4 errors made in the game, not good.
I was quite surprised by this, actually.
What about the Netherlands?
No, about Korea losing like that.
Yeah.
Because Korea was the team who opposed Japan last year.
And this
in the
was Pool
finals.
B. Sorry, Pool B.
Right.
And then we have the final game of Pool A. Game 2, Cuba versus Brazil.
Yeah. As I was saying before, I was excited to see where Cuba was, where Brazil would go, but Brazil just got a really bad group.
Yeah, that's it.
Because you got Japan, who's just always fires on all cylinders, and then you got Cuba, who's
I do
also
not
very
like.
competitive.
I do not like what time the games are.
They are
11:30, 2:30 a.m., 3 o'clock. That's why. Well, like I said, I'm gonna try to watch some of the games tonight just to get started.
Yeah.
Sundays we have March 3rd games. First round Pool A, China and Japan. Japan wins 5-2. China with 2 errors in the game, 3 hits, and Japan 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. It seems like the errors. When you make errors, you lose games.
It's basics. It's basics.
Netherlands, first round Pool B, Netherlands and Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei kills the Netherlands 8-3.
And,
Chinese
again,
Taipei 7 hits, 1 error. Netherlands 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error.
I mean, these games are like all over the place.
It's,
At this place, the only consistent team right now I see is Japan.
Yes. And we had last night's games, actually today's games to be honest. First round Pool A, China and Cuba.
Massive.
Wow.
And you want to talk about consistency? Cuba's another one.
Sorry, 12-0.
See you later, China.
Wow.
I mean, really.
And it didn't go past 7 innings.
Mercy ruled.
Mercy ruled.
Oh my goodness.
Mercy ruled.
Cuba mercy ruled China. Holy cow.
12-0, 15 hits, no errors. Chinese,
Just go
0
home.
runs, go home. You're done. Holy, wow.
That is not pretty.
I just want to see who started. Betancourt went 4 innings, 4.2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And then, pitching for Japan, we have some bloated ERAs.
10.
We have Lee with a 10.80 ERA, and then we have Liu, who came in relief and did even worse, at 37.80. Well, at least they don't have like an ERA of infinity. Which
at least ran one inning, 2 hits, and not marked on the ERA.
Yeah,
so.
maybe they should have put him in first.
Seems like Cuba's got okay pitching though. I mean, they gave up three hits.
Oh no, they
2 walks
they
and 8 strikeouts. So maybe they're another team to consider it.
Yeah.
So that was last night's game in the morning, and we have one game tonight at 11:30. Australia versus the Netherlands. Wow. Oh, we also had another game. Korea versus Australia, 6-0.
Okay.
So, seems like as we look at the standings going into tonight, it seems Japan's 2-0.
Yeah, as I expected.
Why won't it give me the standings? Stupid World Baseball Classic. Stupid site. Give me a minute. There we go. I think this will give me the.
Yeah, there you go. You got a bracket now.
Ah, very nice.
With no results.
With no results whatsoever.
Not cool.
Not cool whatsoever. So, but it seems like Japan's 2-0, and also Chinese Taipei is 2-0.
And Cuba? Cuba as well, right?
I believe 2-0 also.
Right.
I believe.
Well, two teams we expected, Japan and Cuba.
Yes.
I do expect to see them at least in the semifinals by the end of this tournament.
Oh, they should. Yeah, they should be. I think USA starts next week.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I'll get more on ESPN.com.
Right.
Very, very nice sports site to go to. Gives you pretty much everything.
From
Except
from
for
a biased standpoint of view.
Yes. Even though they have some articles I don't agree with. And let's see,
I don't even bother with
Cuba
ESPN.
5-0. Yeah, they're 2-0. 2-0. And like I said, today's games we have. Let's see, going into Tuesday, Brazil versus China at 3 a.m. and Australia versus Netherlands at 11:30. So, if you guys are awake, tune in.
Yeah, really. If we have any viewers in these other countries, then you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. So tune in for those. And like I said, just the United States starts Friday, March 8th. So hopefully
And they will be up against
Mexico.
Awesome.
Mexico at 9 p.m. So maybe it's a game we can actually catch.
Oh yeah, it should be.
You know, we'll be away. Oh, that's during SmackDown now. So one of us has to bail and watch Team United States for SmackDown.
Let's see. I guess. Well, let's wait till the spoilers.
Yes.
We'll wait till the spoilers.
Spoilers. So like I said, I can't wait to watch Team USA. You know, it's something to bear the burden on spring training. Because I don't mind spring training, but it becomes a snooze sometimes. You know.
Yeah, it does.
You know, but that's why I like the World Baseball Classic. So it's nice to have that something to watch in between spring training.
Yeah.
And speaking of spring training,
got some baseball to cover.
we have baseball.
Major League Baseball.
Baseball to cover. Obviously, speaking of the New York Yankees, we will cover the AL West, or try to cover the AL East. Sorry, I said West, didn't I? I thought. Sorry.
You said East.
No, West. I thought
you said West.
Yeah, I thought you said West. No, it's West, Patrick. Oh. Great episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Love SpongeBob. Anyway, let's start with your New York Yankees.
Yes, let's.
95 and 96 record, first in the AL. Have been in the playoffs. Let's see, 2009 they won the World Series, and playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
The only time we missed the playoffs was in 2008.
Obviously, Brian Cashman kicked off his offseason shopping and re-signing Kuroda, Pettit, and Mariano Rivera for one-year deals.
Yeah. All good moves, I believe. You know, you got to be careful with Pettit and Rivera. They are old, over their 40s. One of them coming back from retirement. Pettit had played last year, but that was his year coming out of retirement. This is his second year out of retirement. Rivera obviously coming back from an injury that took him out for a while. It's going to be interesting to see how both of them fare.
Yep.
You know, how long can Pettit last this year before getting injured? Because he is, I mean, it's not that he's injury prone, it's that he's older now.
Yep.
As for Kuroda, his numbers last year pretty good. You know, he was better than I expected.
A lot of people didn't like the signing of Kuroda. I understand why. I mean, he's
that's
on
why,
and off.
That's why it was a one-year deal.
Yep.
That's why it's a one-year deal. Because again, there was one point in there where he was doing better than CeCe.
Yes.
So I mean, why not? You know, at this point, look, you already took a bunch of risks on this team.
Yeah.
This Yankees team, you look at it, it's not very impressive.
Oh, we'll discuss
the lineup isn't impressive.
We'll discuss the lineup in a couple of seconds.
Yeah. It's still good. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know.
But the with the loss of Curtis Granderson,
that hurts.
That's a big deal.
The Yankees followed that up with an addition to short-term deals of re-signing Ichiro and bringing Kevin Youkilis, who will be 34 at the start of the season.
The Uke.
The Uke man.
Both of these, great signings.
Okay.
I'm very glad they brought Ichiro back. Very, very. I'm ecstatic. That was the one guy I wanted them to re-sign.
Okay.
You know, I'd take him over Swisher any day.
Okay.
And as for his power, you know, people say that he's not a big home run hitter. Well, let me tell you something. His swing is perfect for that short porch and right.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Good
perfect.
point.
You know, he could drive that ball there with no problem. I remember I went to a game a couple of years ago when he was with the Mariners. He hit 2 home runs.
Yep.
And both in the exact same place.
Also, he's going to place A-Rod. Because A-Rod, as of he's expected to miss the first half of the season after hip surgery.
Yeah.
And plus you have this whole steroid thing.
Yeah.
Seems like he's going to have to take over third.
But you know what? Who?
Youkilis.
Yeah, he is. He is. That's why I thought the signing was brilliant. I really did. I mean, I've seen enough of Euclid in a Red Sox uniform to know that he will bring something good to the Yankees.
Yes.
And he's another guy who loves hitting in New York.
Yeah.
I remember there's one Sunday night game. He hit a homer to the short porch and right. And as he's walking back to his dugout, he says, "I love hitting here."
Maybe it's gonna be a good setting.
I think
Maybe
it is.
great, or maybe not so great.
I think it is. The reason I say that the lineup doesn't seem so impressive is because, our DH at best is going to be Travis Hafner.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, he's good, but again, nothing special. Our catching situation, we still haven't. It seems like we still haven't decided on that.
Well, yes, you have. That's actually a good question.
It's
You have
going-
the position battle.
Yes, it will
You
go-
have Stewart versus Cervelli versus Austin Romine.
Romine.
Sorry.
Austin Romine, I believe, will be the odd man out.
Probably.
I don't think he's going to be up there.
I don't think he's ready yet.
Francisco Cervelli has plenty of experience.
And they have him. Not even. Is he from the farm system?
Who? Francisco Cervelli?
No. Romine.
Austin Romine, yeah. He's actually one of
Not
our...
even ranked on the top 10 prospects.
I know. And Austin Romine is like one of our better prospects, too. So, go figure.
Yeah.
But Jesus Montero, he was a big loss, too. But
Yes.
you do what you can. The Yankees want to make their team better now. They want that title now. What can you do?
Rivera's coming back from a torn ACL, and Jeter, who led in hits for the second time in his career last season, fractured his left ankle during Game 1 of the ALCS against the Tigers. Rivera and Jeter, who moved up to 10th place on the all-time hits list last season, are expected to be ready for opening day.
Okay. Yeah, that's the goal for Derek Jeter. It's opening day.
Now you want to talk about, finances and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, because managing general partner Hale Steinbrenner is looking to avoid paying luxury tax in 2014, which means trimming payroll from $210 million in 2012 to $180 million by the start of the 2014 season. If the Yankees can get below that mark, their tax rate would drop to 17.5% for the 2015 season and allow them to start reloading their roster. The out-of-character, belt-tightening made planning for 2013 difficult for Cashman, who already owes Rodriguez Teixeira and CC Sabathia at least $68 million annually through 2016, plus $21 million to Rodriguez in 2017. The Yankees' new ways became evident when they were outbid for catcher Russell Martin by the Pirates out of all teams.
But you know what? It also has to do with Russell Martin himself. I mean, yeah, he was good defensively, but I mean, his bat was just awful.
Here's what
it was non-existent.
Here's what I say: you're gonna win a ring with the Pirates. Good luck.
Yeah, right. And same goes. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
That leaves Yankee.
And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes about him.
It does. It does.
And it also speaks more volumes about Ichiro Suzuki.
Yep.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, was offered more money by the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yep.
And decided to opt with the Yankees for less money.
I got you.
So.
Quick.
That shows me that Ichiro wants to win. He does want the money.
He does. He wants a ring.
Yeah.
Quick snapshot of the offense. Despite having an older lineup, the Yankees scored 104 runs last year, second in the majors. Getting Brett Gardner back healthy and in the leadoff role will provide the speed dynamic they lacked last season. Division ranking 1. Any comments on the offense?
On the Yankees, just their offense from last year?
Yeah.
It was just the same deal all the time. They get hits, and then when you have runners in scoring position, nothing.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen them.
It's like the Mets.
Load the bases.
And do nothing.
Whenever they load the bases, I say, the next guy has to get a run. If the next guy gets an out,
yep,
we're not scoring this inning.
I got you.
And time again, they prove me right. Whether it's load the bases and it's a pop out and then a double play, or if it's just 3 straight strikeouts, it happened all the time. Unbelievable. I really couldn't believe it. And it carried over into the playoffs as well. You look at the box score and you see, 12, 15 hits, and what's the score? They got like 2 runs. 2 runs.
Yeah, true. Defense, Mark Teixeira and Robertson Cano from an elite right side of the infield, and Gardner can be a top outfielder. Derek Jeter and A-Rod have lost range on the left, and Euclid doesn't offer much of an upgrade.
Yeah.
But this is still a very good
It
union.
is. It is.
Unit.
People obviously, they will be gunning for the left side of that infield.
Most likely.
You know?
Kevin Euclid is not a quick guy.
He's not a quick guy, but he does pull out some surprises every now and then. He does play a good enough defense. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do down there. I would prefer him when he was a great first baseman with Boston.
Yes.
Because that's where I always saw him. But third base is going to be interesting to see how he plays that.
Very true.
And in terms of Brett Gardner, I would like to know, will they move him back to center field? Because the idea was...
Yes, well, this was the...
Well, I mean, will they move him back to...
We'll get that in a second.
I think he will stay there, actually. Brett Gardner will stay in center.
We'll get the pitching in the lineup real quick. Starting pitching, they're not as deep as the Rays, and they have also slipped behind the Blue Jays. But the Yankees are still very good. CeCe Sabathia, Phil Hughes, Hughes. I call him Hughes. I think it's just a funny name.
It's Hughes. It's not an uncommon name.
Ivan Nova. See, I've always liked Nova.
Ivan Nova, yeah.
But the way they built him, I think you build up a pitcher, but I think he's nervous at the same time. He has to be good, but then you put so much pressure on him, he turns out to be sucky.
Well, here's the deal with Nova. I remember when they first brought him up. His deal was he was a good pitcher for the first 4 or 5 innings, and then he would just inexplicably lose it. He would lose it. He'd start giving up the runs, and it got ridiculous because you put him out there, and then he's doing a good performance, but then you have to start using the bullpen pretty early in the game.
Yep.
But not too long ago, he got over that hump. He at least extended it to the 7th inning. Which is where you want to be at the very least.
So is he good for being the 5th starter?
Well, here's the deal. There was 2 years ago, I believe, where he was just lights out.
Okay.
Lights out. He had a huge streak, and then last year, he just wasn't anymore. It was almost as if everyone caught on, Once he lost that streak of consecutive non-losses, he just started. He was falling apart, and I gotta wonder, will he be able to rebound this year? Will he be able to put that year behind him, and go back to the form he was, let's say, 2 years ago? He needs to do, because if he's going to be on that rotation, he's got to figure that out.
Relief pitching.
Well,
Mariano is 43.
He's 43 years old.
But nobody in baseball is better conditionally.
Yeah. Then
Rafael Soriano will be missed.
David Robertson, though, he's a Houdini.
Yes.
He gets you scared, but every now and then he will escape unscathed. Boone Logan is supposed to be our left-hand specialist.
Supposed to be.
But there are times where he's on, but more times where he's off. Jabba Chamberlain is a tough one because every year he seems like he's going to start off dominant, and then he either gets injured, or he just starts blowing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Phelps, all right. I'd like to see where he's at. Epley, and then these other guys. All I can do is wait and see what they have.
Yep. You never know. Never know. What about your bench there, sir?
Our bench, okay. I've never been a big fan of Eduardo Nunez.
Okay.
He's the infielder who usually, let's say if they give Jeter a day off, or Robinson Cano, or even Kevin Euclid, Eduardo Nunez is usually the infielder who comes up. This guy his defense is atrocious. It's unbelievable how he can make the most simple errors.
Yeah.
For some reason, he cannot. Every now and then, he'll just miss first base. He'll get it, and he'll just miss first base. Other times, he'll let the ball get past him. Let me tell you something. I went to a game last year where Eduardo Nunez was doing pretty well defensively. Then we get into extra innings, and he just lets the ball go right past him, and we lose the game because of that error.
Yeah.
And this is a guy whose errors have cost us games in the past. I don't feel comfortable with him in the infield ever. As for the rest of our benches, Knicks, okay. Well, I'm going to be more interested in is our bench for the outfield.
Yeah.
With
minus Curtis Granderson.
I mean, we still do have we have Mesa, we have Diaz. It's going to be interesting to see which one of those guys gets to start.
Interesting that the Yankees didn't do anything to try to get another player.
It's almost as if they just assumed these three guys were going to stay healthy.
Yes.
I'm going to call it. You know, that's what they thought.
But it is kind of funny, Curtis Granderson getting hurt on 5 pitches. That's all it was. You told me it was 5 pitches, right?
It was 5 pitches in, he gets injured. And again, it's not that he did anything stupid. It's
No.
just he got hit by a pitch. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that.
Nope. But let's talk about their lineup. We have Gardner in left, Ichiro in right. Obviously, Granderson not in center field. Around the horn, at first base.
No. Here's the thing. This year they were actually going to move Gardner to center field.
Oh, I know. And they were going to switch it.
What they're trying to do, they were going to switch it. So I would like to see what they're going to do now.
You keep Gardner in left, or you put him in center?
I would continue to keep Gardner in left.
Okay.
I wouldn't mess with that right now. Just find someone to put in left field.
Around the horn, Teixeira at first, Cano at second, Jeter at short, and at third base, Youkilis, and catching Francisco Cervelli.
That's what it looks like right now. That's what it looks like. I would actually choose Cervelli over Stewart.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I feel like the things that Cervelli has to work on, you know, he can get better.
Yep.
Stewart, I don't know how good his bat can ever get. You know.
Who knows?
So.
Like I said, he's down in the farm still, so.
Yeah.
And he's not even on the top 10 rank, so explain that one to me.
Yeah.
Not even ranked in the top. That's. What does that tell you? I mean, Gary Sanchez is on there.
Okay.
You know, but, let's go to the rotation. CC, Hiroki Kuroda. What a freaking weird name.
Andy Pettit, Phil Hughes, Ivan Nova. And Phelps is there too. Phelps is there in the bullpen should they need length. Should anyone else get injured, they'll most likely use Phelps.
I think Kuroda and Pettit, right now, I think Pettit, if he gets injured during the year, it's over. Just call it.
The ones I'm most concerned about.
I knew it. Oh, I'm going to retire. BS. BS. You're going to come back like every other MLB player. You're going to get bored. But I do give Brett Favre some credit, though. He's the only one that stayed true to his word. When he retired, he finally retired.
Well, kind of.
Has he been back?
Kind of. Well, he's been back before.
But has he been back now?
Hey, he did. No, Andy Pettit's come out of retirement once. So is Brett Favre. In fact, Brett Favre couldn't even wait
the
entire offseason to come out of retirement. So,
I know.
I mean, but as of right now, so far, Brett Favre has not been back. He has stayed away. So we'll see. We'll see how. It can't last. It's got to last. At this point, he can't come back now.
Yeah. Oh, he's done. Kuroda, a lot of people, the Yankee fans especially, didn't like the signing.
Uh-huh.
He's on and off.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have a great game, then
but
come back and have a horrible game.
That's why I don't understand. You know what you're getting. That's why it's a 1 year deal.
This is why he's your he's second. He's your second pitcher pretty much, and Pettit's your third, and Hughes is the fourth, and Nova's the fifth.
Yeah.
So and CC obviously is your ace. He's number one in the hole.
Yep.
So.
And if CC has a year where he's like struggling, we can't afford that right now.
I know.
We just can't.
I know. So, it's going to be an interesting year for the Yankees.
It definitely will.
I mean, like I said, the key additions were Youkilis, and the key losses were Nick Swisher. Good luck winning a series in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Storiano was a big loss, and also Russell Martin. But Nick Swisher, you're an idiot. You ain't winning a World Series with Cleveland.
The fact that he actually thinks he's worth that much money.
Yes.
Amazing.
Swish delicious.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, good luck. Obviously, your prospect to watch is Brett Marshall. 13 wins last year, 7 losses, ERA at 3.52, 27 games, 158 innings pitched, 120 strikeouts, 53 walks, gave up 15 home runs. Seems legitimate.
Yeah.
Until he steps up, you know. But when is it time to see him?
Again, we look kind of thin this year, so who knows?
And on the farm, I think the farm list. Let's see. I don't think they're not on the top. They're no way near the top 10. They're like really, really, really low on farm system. It's in here somewhere because there was a big article about the farm system. I just gotta find it. What's your take on the farm system, by the way?
On the Yankees farm system?
Yeah.
Right now, pretty thin. No, that's what I said before. Nothing super impressive, But that's what happens when you win so often that you don't get really good draft picks.
Yeah.
And it's also what happens when you trade away your top prospects so often. But what can you do in that case? Like I said, the Yankees really aren't working for the future. They want their title now. That's what they look for. If they need anything in any place, you got to believe they're going to trade for it or just sign somebody.
What could go right for the Yankees this season?
Well, it would have been people staying healthy, but as we already saw, Curtis Granderson he's out for a while. Not good at all. But yeah, what could go right for the Yankees is if their pitchers stay consistent.
Yes.
Again, the ones you always have to keep your eyes on are Kuroda, Hughes,
Pettit,
and Nova. Pettit just has to stay healthy. That's his deal. But the other three, Kuroda, Kuroda, Hughes, and Nova, they on and off. It's I don't want to say it's sickening. It's like dizzy.
Yeah.
Makes you dizzy.
What could go terribly wrong for this year for the Yankees?
CeCe getting injured or having an off year.
Age and injuries have take their toll at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If the core three, Jeter, Pettit, and Rivera, finally run out of gas, and Rodriguez again is toxic presence in the clubhouse, Yankees could miss the postseason.
I like how that's described.
Yes.
A-Rod's toxic presence.
Your take on what could possibly go wrong in the season?
Like I said, there's a few core guys in there who, if they get injured, we're done. We're
nice job.
Done. Done.
Nice job there.
Thanks.
Like
I said, Curtis Granderson getting injured is tough. Jeter getting injured, I don't want to see Nunez take his place. That'd be a nightmare. But yeah, that's what it is. Teixeira having his typical year where he hits 240.
Yeah.
We can't have another one of those. If he would just pick it up already and get his job done, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about that so much.
And what is the bottom line? Are they still the team to beat in the American League East?
I would like to say no and say the Blue Jays are, but we haven't seen anything from the Blue Jays yet.
Yes, but speaking of the Blue Jays, nice segue, buddy.
As of right now,
segue.
Yes, as of right now, the Yankees are still the team to beat, but the Blue Jays, could make a run for that very quickly. Actually.
Yep. Speaking of the Blue Jays, they made off-season moves and big ones.
And out of nowhere,
big ones out of nowhere. R.A. Dickey got him from the Mets, but collaborated his first debut for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
But the rotation: R.A. Dickey, Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, Brandon Morrow, and Ricky Romero seems legit.
Pretty impressive.
Going around the horn, Cabrera. Now this is where in left field, Cabrera coming off the suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Also got caught last year.
I would like to see his reception when he plays at Yankee Stadium.
Yes. Colby Ramos in center field, Jose Bautista in right, Reyes at short. Got him from the Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
Edwin Encarnacion
because what
first.
What was supposed to happen was the Marlins were supposed to be the greatest team of all time.
And what happened?
And they just fell off the face of the earth.
Wow. Brett Lowry at third. Emilio Bonifacio at second. Edwin Encarnacion at third. And JP behind the plate. They seem legit. This is do or die right now.
Again, it's
and let me tell you, they have this thing only takes you to 2008, but 2008 no playoffs, 2009 no playoffs, 2010 85 wins no playoffs, 81 wins in 2011 no playoffs, and 73 wins in 2012. Now you add all this hype, Jose Reyes, Milky Cabrera, Jose Batista, Edwin Encarnacion, JP. What do? I mean, they're there.
Those people have, you know what they have to do to win? They have to stay healthy and do what they've been doing their whole careers.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
I mean, Jose Reyes will be leading off. And Jose Reyes had a bad year last year.
Yeah.
As I called it. I said it. I said he'd have a bad year. And he averaged 287 in 160 games, 642 at-bats, 184 hits, 37 doubles, 12 home runs. 12 triples, 11 home runs, and 57 RBIs. I want to get his 2011 stats when he was with the Mets and compare it to what he did for the Marlins. Because obviously, he didn't do too well.
No, he did not.
The whole team didn't do too well. So, I think if everything goes right for the Blue Jays, they have a good shot to win the East.
Yeah.
Even though,
no argument from here.
Like I said, the key additions were Reyes, Dickey, and Johnson. They have their starting pitching.
Yeah.
Pitching's there. Now it's, let's start making things right with Cabrera. Like I said, he's coming off the steroids. Batista, we all know how Batista is.
Yep.
I've seen Reyes. I've seen the catcher. The catcher is their bright future.
Yeah.
Can they get over the hump? Is it their time?
Could be. Like I said, Yankees can't stay healthy or consistent. The Blue Jays will be there to take the division.
What could go right? Reyes and Cabrera should add the offense, and Dickey, Johnson, and Burley to bring stability to the rotation. It's enough to start dreaming about World Series hero Joe Carter throwing out the team's first ceremonial playoff pitch since 1993. What could go wrong if injuries continue to plague the team? Romero struggles again, and Encarnacion regresses to his pre-2012 form. The Blue Jays still could win 90 games, but likely wouldn't be enough to reach the postseason. And bottom line, Toronto finally has good pitching, as we said.
No, there's one thing in there that's not mentioned. And I probably would have put it in the what can go right. And I believe it's very important, and it could set the tone for the rest of the Blue Jays' future. After the strike, the Major League Baseball strike in 1994, two teams that suffered from it were the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
Because those two stadiums, had a lot of fans, quite a few sellouts. But after that strike, they always had a problem getting fans in the building, creating some revenue, to the point where the Montreal Canadiens ceased to exist.
Yep.
And are now the Washington Nationals.
Yep.
The Blue Jays have stuck around, surprisingly. And I believe part of the reason for that is because, you still have those people who go to see the Yankee games.
Yep.
The Red Sox games, things like that. Not necessarily going to see the Blue Jays themselves.
Okay.
Now you have people who fans want to see.
Yeah.
Okay? People are going to put out cash to go see Jose Reyes, to see
definitely.
Cabrera, to see all these players.
Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, and all them. So.
Exactly. So
only thing,
if they create revenue and they get fans and they sell out the way I hope they do, because I hope they do.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to create a lot of money, and they can keep going for these big players.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
this could set the tone for the rest of the AL East.
And I just want to get a quick thing on Melky Cabrera. Let's see. Averaged 346, 113 games, 459 at-bats. Only 11 home runs, though, with 60 RBIs. Will he be the same?
I think for the most part, yeah. I think it will be.
Do you think he'll still be the same player after PEDs?
After well, here's the thing. It's not like he still has those muscles. When you're taking off PEDs, you don't just lose the muscle overnight. He's still going to be in probably the same relatively the same condition. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll still have good numbers.
Okay.
I think he will.
Okay. I think he'll be average.
Okay.
He'll be average at best.
Well, I said good, not great.
Yes. That's I see average. But I want to see the East be
competitive.
Yeah, competitive, but I don't want to see the Yankees. I want to see someone new.
Okay.
Blue Jays would be nice.
Well, we almost got somebody new. Last year we got the Orioles.
The Orioles. We'll talk about them and the rest of the AL tomorrow at some point.
Okay.
But it would be nice to see something different. I like different.
Yeah.
I like seeing something new.
Again, I would like to see baseball grow in Canada. I really would. Just for the sake of the sport.
It'd definitely be nice to see. It seems like the Blue Jays have a decent shot this year.
Yeah.
With all the odds and ends coming in, they have, like I said, you have Jose Reyes, you got Cabrera, Batista, and like I said, I just can't pronounce the catcher's last name.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying JP. So I'm not even gonna try to. So I just call him JP because obviously everyone knows who he is.
Right.
The only thing is their bullpen. There is no such big names as Mariano.
Yeah.
But you do have Sergio Santos and Casey Jansen. So it's a good possibility that Sergio, they do have closer, appearances.
Closer material, yeah.
Closer material or appearances. But like I said, they're no Mariano Rivera. So I think that's where their only problem is going to be.
Yeah.
Because obviously, R.A. Dickey, Josh Johnson, Mark Riley, Brandon Morrow, and Ricky Romero can't go 9 innings each and every game.
Not.
So, would it be not? R.A. Dickey can go 9. He can go 8, he can go 7, he can bring you to 7 innings. But, like I said, he got clobbered his first game, so it's going to be interesting how R.A. transfers to the
American League.
Yeah. So, like I said, R.A. had a phenomenal year last year. The numbers don't lie when it comes to R.A. Dickey. And I just want to bring... He went 20 wins, 6 losses, at 2.73 ERA. Almost led in strikeouts with 230. And he's your Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah.
It's not a good start, not a good spring training start to get clobbered his first game.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
So
he's got to rebound from that quickly.
He does have to rebound. So, I give the Blue Jays the best of luck in this 2013 season, and hopefully things will progress for them and their future. As this says instant contenders, I say it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
It'll be like
It'll be a playoff appearance, maybe an AL.
I say 80. Once again, I say 80, 85 to 90 wins again.
Okay.
And they miss the playoffs again. Because, like I said, I like to see them in the playoffs this year, but I think it takes time to build. Okay. And you have to always rebuild with new players coming from different teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't just put them together and expect to win.
The Florida Miami Marlins.
And like the Red Sox a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They signed Carl Crawford.
They're not going to be the same.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
They're not going to be the same.
Agent Gonzalez, yeah.
They might finish in last.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise me.
They might finish in last. And we'll go over them at some point during the week. Because we have 3 minutes left. So, it's going to be an interesting season for the Yankees and Blue Jays.
It will be.
I don't know. I mean, I want to see, like I said, I want to see a good division. We'll talk about Tampa tomorrow. And Baltimore's the other one. So, and we saw how they went. So, like I said, all they have to do is focus on pitching and just hit the damn ball. That's all they have to do.
Simple as that.
Simple. Pitch. You have the pitching. The pitching is there. You have potential hitters, as in Reyes and Cabrera and Batista. Now show, instead of winning 73 wins, go up to 90. You know, show what you guys got.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it. So we're going to wrap. We'll have the rest of the AL East tomorrow. We'll finish off that. And we'll have Old School Raw to review. Kind of can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this show to happen. So I'm surprised this show went as long as we planned.
Yeah, so did I.
Wow. 2 hours. That's pretty impressive. But more teams to cover. Like I said, Baltimore, Tampa, and Boston, who I that's my pick to finish last in the division. So, that'll wrap baseball for today. Like I said, you got the WBC games late tonight. So, we'll try to watch them. Not promising anything, but we'll give you the results for tomorrow. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Raw review and stuff like that. Enjoy Raw, by the way, even though it'll be on as the show's getting uploaded.
Yes.
So,
we hope you enjoyed Raw.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy Raw. So, I'm John.
This is Ant.
And see you guys tomorrow.